Hello friends, welcome to my new Code a Responsive website with Bootstrap 3 tutorial series video. Friends, in this tutorial we will learn how to add carousel effect to our website. So friends, if I go to browser, then in our previous tutorial we discussed about the adding a navigation bar to our website. So if I go to original site, then you see we have these four pages: home, about, blog and contact. So this original website has these four pages and whatever we created till now, so this part is common to all the pages. So we'll create these three pages and we'll paste whatever we placed in home.html. So if I go to my Sublime text editor, then say I will create a new file, and here I will give a name to it as about.html and create two more new files, blog.html and contact.html. So whatever the code till now we have created, so I will just copy this and paste it into all the three files. So if I save it and go to the browser, then you can see if I click about.html, then it comes as it is what it was in home.html, and similarly blog.html and contact.html. So whatever we created till now, this is common to all those four pages. So in this tutorial we will basically focus on this carousel. So this carousel is nothing but an image slider. So Bootstrap provides support for creating a image slider. So this image slider has three components basically. So first is the wrapper for holding an image, and so into this wrapper the image slides after a certain interval. And second component is the carousel controls. So you see there is a previous and next control here. So if I click it, then the next image comes up, and if I click previous, then the previous image comes up. So these are basically the carousel controls. And the third one is carousel indicator. So carousel indicators are nothing but they are little dots at the bottom of each slide. So it basically indicates that how many slides are there in the carousel, and to which slide we are currently on. And also this carousel is inside a box, so we will also create this box and we'll place our carousel inside this box. So let's go to a Sublime text editor and see how we can code a carousel into our website. So into my home.html, just below the navigation, so we'll create our carousel here. So friends, first I will create a div, and into this div I will provide a class of container. So inside this container I will create a div, and to this div I will provide a class of say box. So this CSS for box I will be providing into business-casual.css, and inside this box we'll create a row, and to this row we'll provide a column. So the class would be call lg12. So I want my carousel to take complete row of the grid, and I will also give a property of text center, so the text appears in center. So now inside this div we'll start creating our carousel. So for that we'll create a div, and to this div if you want to create a carousel, then we have to provide a class of say carousel. So this is the class provided by Bootstrap, so we'll use carousel. So this will create a basically carousel, and to this class we'll also provide a class of slide. So this slide class is used to provide CSS transition and animation effect. So here if I show you on the browser, so when I click on this next control, then you can see that images is sliding. So the sliding effect is provided by the slide CSS. So moving ahead, now the div where we have provided is carousel requires an ID. So let's say I give ID as ps carousel dash example. So this is the ID. Now if I go to my browser, then here you see the controls which are there. So they basically require the ID so that it functions properly. So here we have created this carousel with an ID now. So friends, as we discussed that the carousel has three main components. So first is the wrapper which holds the slides. The second is the controls which say helps us in transition from one slide to another. And the third is the indicator. So we'll code these three components one by one. So first we will code the indicator part. So if I go to the browser, so just inside the carousel div, we'll first create the indicator. So here basically indicators are the little dots which are present at the bottom of each slide. So they are nothing but an ordered list. So we'll create an ordered list, and to this ordered list we'll provide a class of carousel indicators which tells that these are nothing but the indicators. So this ordered list will be treated as carousel indicator. So inside this ordered list we'll create the list items. So this list item will take two attributes. So first is the data target. So this data target will take the ID. So it needs an ID of the carousel. So we'll just copy this ID and here we'll paste it with a hash. The another attribute it takes is data dash slide dash to. This attribute specifies which slide to go when clicking on the specific dot happens. So let's say if we click on the third dot, then it will take us to the third slide. So basically these takes in a number. Say it starts with 0. So 0 corresponds to the first slide, and if I show you on the browser, then here you can see that suppose I click on the third dot, then it will take me to that slider. If I click on the first, it will take to me to the first image. And this data slide to takes a number. So first is the 0, second is the 1, and third is the 2. So it's like 0 1 2. So in this website we'll just create three sliders. So we'll just copy this and we'll paste it below, and we'll give the data slide 2 as 1 2. So moving ahead, so now we'll create a wrapper which will hold the images for the slide. So we'll create a div, and to this div, as it's a wrapper, then the class will be carousel inner. So which tells it it's a wrapper which will hold over the slides, and inside this wrapper, so basically to carousel inner we provide the items. So these items are nothing but the images which the wrapper holds. So for creating those we'll create a div, and to this div we'll provide a class of item. So this item is a bootstrap class, and inside this item will create a image, so which takes in a source. So let's say for the first image I use as image slide dash 1 dot jpg, and to this, so let's say I want to make this image responsive. So if I show it on the browser, then if I decrease the width of the browser, then you see that image is responsive. So in order to make a responsive image, what we'll do, we'll give it a class of say image dash responsive. So this is the bootstrap class to make our images responsive. Now we'll just copy this for the other two slides, and let's say I give the name as slide2.jpg, slide3.jpg, and to one of this images we need to also provide a class of an active. So let's say So any of this item we can provide a class of active. So if we don't provide this class, then the carousel will not be visible. So let's say to our first image I provide a class of active. So I'll just save it, and just below the wrapper, so just below the wrapper now we'll create the controls. And let's say, so these controls are nothing but small icons which shows the previous and next carousel slide. So in the browser you see that we have these two icons here, one is for next and one is for previous element. So here you see that these two icons for previous and next are basically links, so which are clickable. So we'll just provide two links. So here just below the controls we'll give a anchor element, and to this we'll give, let's say, class of, say, first as a left. So first we'll create a, say, previous icon. So to previous icon we have to provide a class of left, which is provided by Bootstrap. And as it's a carousel control, so we'll also provide it a class of carousel dash control. And to this href we have to provide the id of carousel. So I will just copy this, paste it to our href. This anchor element will take also one more attribute, which is data slide, and we have to tell that it's a, we have to tell that it's points to previous slide. So the data slide property we give its prev, and inside this anchor will create a span, and to this span will, say, provide a class of icon prev. So this is also a bootstrap class which tells that this icon points to the previous slide. And I will just copy this control and paste it below for the next icon. So the class would be icon next, and one more class would be, now from left it will be right, and the data slide would be next. So I will save it. So here also, let's say to our first slide we have to provide a class of active. So it will make this first slide as active. So if I save it and go to the browser, then you see to our website. So this is how our carousel currently looks like. So you can see the image, and but we need to modify some css so that it looks something like this. So we have to provide a box around this, and we have to make sure this image is covering the carousel and this indicators are visible. So let's go to our editor and see how we can proceed with those changes. So friends, so here you see we have created a div having a class of box. So to this box class we'll provide a css. So I'll just close this, and to our business dash casual.css, so just above our footer I will just create a css for box class, and let's say I provide it a margin, a bottom margin as 20 pixels, and let's say I give it a padding as 30 pixels top bottom and 30 pixels left right. And I will also give it a background color. So let's say I copy this, whatever I given to footer, so I'll just paste it here, and if I save it and go to browser, so here you see if I refresh it, so you can see a box is visible around this carousel now. And in order to make this image occupy the complete carousel, what we'll do, we'll provide a class to our images. So let's say with image responsive I give a class as image full, and I will just copy this and paste it here. And To this class I will provide a CSS as. Now here just below the box I will create image full and provide it a minimum width, say 100%. So this will make the images having a minimum width of say 100% to div into which they are placed. So if I now go to my site, then if I refresh it, then you can see the images occupied the complete carousel inner, but you can see this footer. And so into our original site you can see this how this indicator looks, but here the indicators are not visible. So in order to make them visible, so here if I go to footer CSS, then you can see that we have made this position as fixed. So I will just remove this fixed position, and if I save it and go to the browser now, then you can see that now image is visible. So now one last thing remains is to provide a script to activate this carousel so that it can slide the image on its own. So if I show you the original site, then here you can see, say, so you can see the carousel provide 5 seconds to each slide. So after 5 seconds the slide changes. So in order to do this, what we can do is, so into our HTML, say just below our bootstrap script, we'll create our own script. So I'll just create a script here. So to this script we'll use say jQuery to activate the carousel. So to our dot carousel class we'll call carousel, and to this carousel we'll provide an interval, let's say 5 seconds, let's say 5 seconds. And if I save it and now go to my browser, so you see that after 5 seconds the slide changes. So this was all about the carousel effect. Also friend, if I go to my original site, then here you see these indicators. Say if I decrease the width, so you can see that when we decrease the width of the browser, so at 768 pixels these indicators become hidden. So if I shrink it below 768, you can see these indicators are hidden, and if I increase again, then they reappear. So in order to do that, what we can do is to our, so here to our ordered list which holds the indicators, we can provide a class as hidden access. So this class makes it hidden for the extra small devices, and this class has been provided by Bootstrap. So if I save it and now show it you on the browser, then if I say decrease the width of the browser, then below 768 pixel you see that it got disappeared. So friends, this was all about adding a carousel to our website. So friends, hope you like this video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. You can also visit my blog. The link is provided in the description. Thanks, have a nice day.